Hello, hello. Hey, everyone. This is Jane from Your Weight Loss. How are we all doing? Hello, Alicia.
Oh, hello, friend.
Oh my God. We were just shooting the shit before we started pressing play. And then I'm like, okay, we got to go. We got to go. Because if not, I mean, I feel like I miss you. We haven't spent any Mondays together. So last night I was on the couch where my kids were downstairs playing alone.
I saw
And
that.
Jeff and I are like, what time is it? I'm like, it's 6:06. And he's like, no one needs us. And we're just like watching TV. Like, that's like our dream. You know what I mean?
It's like it's another phase of made itness.
Yes, exactly. So, and then Noah came up. Everyone had like taken a shower. Actually, they shower with me in the morning when I get back from spin. So
Oh,
I like that. We all
family shower?
family shower. And then Noah's like, "Yeah, tu toute la famille vient, papa." And he's like, "I'll pass. It'll be too crowded in there." That's what Jeff said.
So cute.
So cute. Yeah, no, it's like an easy way for us to all and I feel so proud when my mom had Noah last night and she's like, do I need to like give him his bath? I'm like, nope, showered this morning. So like he's like he showers sometimes twice a day because I
Hilarious.
shower twice a day because of spin. He's like coming with you. He just like likes the like being in the shower, the hot water. I'm like, perfect, buddy. We fixed his face. I don't know if you realize, remember?
Yes, tell
Okay,
me.
it wasn't going better. It was getting even worse. Like it was just like not going anywhere. So one of the daycare workers was like, instead of going to the clinic, how about you just stop at the pharmacy and ask the pharmacist what he thinks? And I like that for me. It's funny. I like ask what I want. I kind of like am like that person. But like when it comes to like people's time and like this is not his job to do that. Like it's like I recognize that more than maybe the next person because like sometimes how people attack us in our DMs and it's like this is not what we do and like you know what I mean.
100%. Although I do think this is the pharmacist's job.
Well, I feel like he's busy doing pills. Like,
He is, but like the
can I ask
he,
him advice? Can I do
yes,
that?
he or she, yes, are there to help you.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's actually this guy I went to school with. So like I know him really well. I was like, okay, I know Francois. Like he's like super sweet. So I'm like, hey, when you have a second, like come and see us. We're gonna wait for you here. It's like so awkward, but I'm like, why am I being awkward? It's like I didn't want to like bother anyone. Anyway, so he came and he's like, let's try cortisone, like eczema. Let's treat it like it's eczema and let's try some cortisone because you can buy 1% over the counter. And he said, chances are, if you go to the clinic, that's what they would recommend to start with. So he's like, if this doesn't work, at least you can say you tried it. And it freaking worked. Oh, and now his beautiful face is back to like what he was. So it wasn't hand, foot, and mouth. It was literally just like this, like he clearly will have sensitive skin. And I feel like that's like very common in children and in people like me,
Yeah.
Jeff.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. All
Oh,
the
well,
things.
this is all great news.
All great news.
All great news.
Okay.
I actually love seeing the pharmacist. Like, I think they're amazing humans. They're a good resource.
Okay.
They
Okay.
know what's up.
Yes. Well, actually, that's what the daycare worker was just like. I always go to the pharmacy first because they know what kind of like things that you can buy over the counter without having to have to go to the clinic. I'm like, yes, but is this like, are they being paid for this service? Like, it's really important to me that people get paid for the service they provide.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, good talk. Okay, next thing is I did a conference with Dr. Jules. I have so much to talk about.
I don't know how we're going to fit this all in one podcast. Like, I need to know so many things.
I know. Okay, so we were invited, him and I, to kind of like be on a panel of asking questions. Now, let's be real. The people that were asking questions were very much more interested in Dr. Jules. So
Okay.
it's basically like he was the lead singer and I was the comedic relief. It was basically you and Takadi. I was basically you and Takadi, not even kidding.
Okay. Was this in French or English?
Français, c'est CCNB, c'est le
Okay.
collège communautaire.
Okay. Merci.
So, I mean, there's just a few topics that we need to talk about that I'm like, okay, our listeners need to hear that, like, they need to hear this again, I guess. Or like, it was just like really fun to hear again and to hear him say the things.
Okay.
Conversation one was metabolism.
Okay.
So,
Wait, I have one question before we
okay,
go.
yes,
So
go.
what was like the theme? Like, was it plant-based? Was it
It
weight
was pas
loss?
plant-based,
Was
c'était
it
comme mieux-être.
being your best?
Musette, oh, they're obviously the internet is screaming at me. Kind of like health and wellness.
Okay.
But yet they like kind of painted me as like more of the like influencer personality online.
Okay.
And he's the plant-based doctor.
Okay.
But then like, you know what I mean? Like it was like more like who is she and what is she doing here? You know what I mean? which is fine. It is all good.
Oh.
Sorry, you were frozen for a little second there.
Okay, so are these are students? What are these students studying?
They are it depends. There was like 100 people. So like it was like marketing. So that would have been super. I would have been great for the marketing class.
Okay.
But they had another guest for marketing after me, like
Okay.
this guy that sells houses, like a real estate person that also studied at Plantbased. So like people like knew him, like the teachers
Cool.
were really happy to see him. And it was really cool. My section, so yeah, so it was like a gestion. It was like a course where they like create activities and create conferences. So it's more like they're not necessarily interested in that topic,
Okay.
but they're interested in like they created this event for their class. Does that make sense?
Sure.
And also the teacher was like, we were all supposed to go to Choose You, and then like it didn't work out. I was like, oh my God. Choose You is like next level though. I don't know if it's
Oh,
like
wow. As a class?
yes, like as an event for the class. I'm like, oh, you would have had a great feedback.
I mean, it is PG-18 and these are not children, but not really the right place for your class.
No, I don't think so. It would have been awkward. But anyways, at least like so let's not talk about the fact that they didn't want to hear from me. Let's talk about the fact that I had Dr. Gilles beside me, and we got to talk about things that really that I'm passionate about. And then we're going to go to tip number 3, which is portion matters, you guys. But okay, thing 1, metabolism. So the question in because we got questions prior, but no one asked those questions.
Okay.
So like that did not happen. They kind of went with the flow, and the people talking were boys that were interested in protein intake from plant, like, you know what I mean? So like the girls, the corner of girls that I knew who I was did not talk, but they definitely were relating to like anything I was saying. I was like, they're just not talking. They're not asking any questions. So I think that's what happened. You know what I mean? All is good. The teachers who are your weight loss, either members or fans, were like kind of cutting in the middle and being like, okay, Jose, answer this question. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Poor things. But anyways, so I was all good. So first question was metabolism, which was supposed to be my question on what my opinion was on metabolism as you age. But they ended up asking Jules what they thought that going plant-based did for the metabolism, which is a great question. I friggin' loved it. I was like, I wonder what he's going to say. Like, is this way of eating helping metabolism? And he was like, straight up, like, he said, between all of us, like, we are in a range of what our metabolism is. He's like, I'm not going to go into detail, but like, we're pretty much all similar in like what our body kind of burns and does and whatever. He's like, yeah, some of you burn more than the next guy, but it's like, like we're all kind of in the same ballpark. Now, he said the big difference is what we do with the rest of the percentage of the energy we burn in a run of a day. So he said your lifestyle, what you do outside of what your body burns in a run of a day. And I was like, yes. And I am just like this on the chair. And like, obviously the people that know me are laughing because they're like, I have so much to say, but no one freaking cares about what I have to say. It was hard. Because I mean, and obviously if people that were there are listening, they know what I'm saying and they like will like understand. Like they weren't being rude to me. It was just I wasn't used to not having the opportunity to answer anything. So it was like really hard for me to like just say nothing. And I was like, okay, guys, like we need to have the conversation where the metabolism question is that literally what you're trying to say is, can I be overweight because of my metabolism? That like, if we want to like really simplify it and like, and he, oh my God, when he ended his answer with, you are not overweight because of your metabolism. Oh, that was like, I was like, I love you for saying that out loud. Like, you know, as a doctor, as someone that really like, it was just like, oh, like I love that he said that. He's like, there are other things. You are just consuming more energy than you were before, or that you're burning, and your lifestyle is putting you in a surplus. So I could like kind of like add on that.
And before we keep going, guys, I want to remind you, what does the word metabolism even mean? Like, I think people like, it's one of those words that just gotten thrown around. I don't even know if people even really know what it means. And it's just the rate in which your body burns calories. So it's the rate. And we do all have a different rate depending on our age and our gender and our muscle tone. But like what the Dr. Gilles is saying is like, yes, we all have different rates of burn, but it's not like you're here and you're like, you're here. Like it's really, there's not that much variation
Yeah.
And it's not the reason.
It's not the reason. And it was just like so good to hear. And I said, you guys, when we say things like, you know, oh, j'ai plus 16 ans, j'ai plus 20 ans, j'ai plus 30 ans, meaning, you know, I've gained this, you know, in the last 30 years, I've gained 20 pounds because I'm not that age anymore. That's not what happened. What changed is everything, your responsibilities, your preferences, your values. That is why you've put on 20 pounds in the last 30 years, is because things have changed. Just like I lost 20 pounds in the last 20 years because my values changed and my priorities changed and how I live my life changed. So I said, instead of, and I really like this sentence that I've like thought of, is I like to have conversations. J'aime des conversations qui te donnent l'opportunité de t'améliorer. I like conversations that give you an opportunity to be better, not an opportunity to just do this. Metabolism.
Thank you. Yes.
I want conversations that give you an opportunity to be better.
100%. And why we don't like it is it's almost like another label. And often these labels turn into, I can't do anything. We see people have labeled themselves. I have a slow metabolism. I have
a slow metabolism.
I'm an emotional eater.
Yes.
You know, and it's like, I'm giving myself this label and therefore weight loss is not possible for me. And as soon as you actually feel that way, that you're right.
Yeah. Okay. Another, and then we'll go to the thing. Another thing that I said in the 3 sentences that I said, that I was like, this is like a really good was, I said, they were all so, and this is a great conversation. They were also interested in, like, he's like an alien in a chair. Tell us more about your planet. Like, it was like,
okay,
tell us more about like what you eat, and you know, and it was like, what do you recommend for this, and what blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, guys, do you understand that even when you have a recommendation from someone, it changes nothing when you leave this room? Like, if you do not go ahead and keep connected to content, if you don't go follow him, read his blogs, you know, make your own research, figure this out for yourself, this recommendation is worth nothing. So like, recognizing that there's work to be done and there's connection, like you need to create an environment for yourself for this change to occur, more than just getting a recommendation. And they were like, yeah, like people, like I was like, you basically, the conversation that I liked was staying connected to content. Like, you want to make a change in your life, you have to stay connected to a message and to an environment that provides that message for you so that you can keep hearing it, so that you can actually make a change in your life. I said, when I go to the dentist and they want me to floss, I floss for 2 weeks and then it's over until I go back and they give me the message again. But if I follow the dentist and he every day is like, remember to floss, and I look at it and I like see it, there are higher chances of me actually making a change. And that you could tell that they were like, So it was just like, they were very interested in like the alien part that is Dr. Jules, and the fact that he eats only plant-based. It's like, what? And it's so funny because he's like talking about not eating steak, and the like, you could tell that like the person's like, but like, I want to eat steak, but like, is there a way? See, like right there, I'm like, he's telling you not to eat it. You don't want to do that. You know, like you just say, I don't want to. Don't say it like, oh, well,
also, you know, why can't we just value being more plant-based? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're so interested in it, then make a few changes and still eat your steak. But I think sometimes what's sexy to people about plant-based is that you're the alien, you're different, you're special, you get a label. So I think that attracts people more than sometimes the health benefits.
Yes, exactly. And I was like, and obviously had that conversation with them. Like, I'm like, do you see that this is who he wants to be?
Yeah.
This was also a part of his life that he wanted to fix. Like, I'm like, he was falling apart. The guy is blowing up just by playing a sport. Like, he clearly is like not happy with how his body is reacting to his lifestyle. And so he changed that and he figured it out his way, because he's like, no, I want to do something for myself. The doctors did not tell him, like, even like he went out of his way to figure this out, just like I went out of my way to figure out to lose weight without a meal plan. So like, it's like you seeing that, like, it's nothing anyone's, you're not doing it for anyone else. You're not doing it for a medal. There is no medal. Like there's no medal to be him, no, other than, yeah, one day he might live. And when I was like, obviously the comedic relief all the time, I'm like, literally everyone will die and Jules will be alive, 120 years old, just with his garden, just gardening. Everyone else dead. They laughed. Because he's like, I want to, I'm going to live till whatever. I'm like, he just like is upping his chances, everyone.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, just like I'm upping my chances by not being overweight, moving my body every day. So like, like we're just doing it all our way, that this is his way and he has his reasons, so you need to like, what is important to me is that everyone knows that weight loss is accessible. We also talked about the benefits of having less fat on your body. Like, I was like, let's talk about that, because like, they're all like plant-based. He's like, I'm like, let's also talk that you can be plant-based and overweight. Let's like, like be in a surplus, but your chances are if you're fully plant-based, like you would have to eat so much of it to be, overweight sometimes, like if you're really to his extreme.
And let's clarify that, because people get mixed up like, oh, I'm a vegetarian versus plant-based. Those are two very different things, you guys, because like plant-based is literally you eat plants.
No, c'est quelque chose, là.
But you can be a vegetarian, not eat any meat, but eat all processed food that are not plants.
Yeah, exactly.
And so there's
benefits aren't the same.
They are not the same. Vegetarian and plant-based are not the same thing. And he is like, he is eating plants. Like
100%. He said he's like fully 100%. Like there's like only plants. Like he like made it to the like 100% mark.
Wow.
It's not 80%. It is 100%. I also like have heard from family members of his, from people that know him. He's that guy that is extreme.
Yeah.
He's always been like, he's always like and so like for me, it's like, that's great. Like that's his personality. Like man. So like, it's not, you can't like create that. You have to like make sure that this is who you want to be, blah, blah, blah. Man, you said something and I was like, oh my God, that like, plant-based. Oh, okay. Then someone asked about exercise. So she's like, okay, you guys are talking a lot about nutrition. Obviously he is like a ninja, right?
Yeah.
And so we're talking, obviously that's also cool. Everyone wants to know more about his ninja. I'm like, who is going to be a ninja here? Vraiment, do pense en ça, okay?
And like the like, again, extremity of it is that there was no like ninja course. No one like is a ninja here. So Jules built one in his garage and his backyard. So
do you see,
can't go to a ninja gym here.
What am I competing again? A freaking plant-based ninja. He's literally, no one is like him. Clearly everyone has questions for him. I know. So he's like, I want you to know, like, so she's like, how many times a week do you guys move your body or exercise? I'm like, I move my body every single day. And so I look at him, he's like, I move my body every single day as well. Like he exercises every day. Like he exercises anyway. And then he goes, well, a ninja, I do it because I want to be the champion of the whatever. And I'm like, and I just do it so I can escape from my family. And like, everyone's laughing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not, c'est tellement différent comme what we're doing, but yet I like obviously connect with him and we like, and he's so serious. Like, I'm like, I'm not making fun of you, but this is what I do. This is, I need to have some sort of like, role here. This is my role. But yeah, no, it's like really, it was so interesting. And they're like, you move your body every day because like, oh, you should take a rest day. I'm like, but you need to understand that what we do is like really what we love. Like, there's so much to talk about.
There's a lot to talk about. I love it. Guys, if you don't follow Dr. Jules, you need to. Yes. He has a blog. Yeah. Follow him on Instagram. Maybe we can add his Instagram handle to this.
Yes, just the nicest human.
Yeah, he's a family physician. And he just is one of the most amazing humans I've ever, like, I said to Neil, we're so lucky or privileged in this job that we have, that we get to like connect with like such amazing humans. And he's one of those special people that we connected with and have stayed connected with. Yeah. And the fact that like our messages are like very different. If you really think about it, we're like, eat whatever you want. And he's like, I eat only plants. Exactly. But we have mutual respect and he sees value in what we do and we see value in what he does. And it's just it's so nice.
And I want you guys to know that the reason why we know Jules is because he literally recommends his patients to Your Way weight loss. So even if he is plant-based, he doesn't like if you are interested in it, read on it, but he doesn't preach it to his clients. Like he like understands the value of people figuring out their way, and plant-based is his way. And he really, really supports our service. He really, and he knows what we do. He understands what we do.
He like has reasonable expectations for people. Like he knows that people are humans and not like an alien like him. And he knows that like telling someone to go plant-based, my chances of success are like 0.303%. Sending them to Your Way weight loss, a lot higher than that.
Also want to like brag him a little bit. Like he's like beyond just a physician. Like he's done like so many courses that like he like actually teaches students that are in medicine more about health and whatever. Like he like teaches at the university. Like he's so involved in making we're so lucky, you guys, and privileged in New Brunswick that we have him. Honestly, he was like talking about that. He's like, because someone asked like, do you see a change where in the medical field where doctors will be giving more lifestyle and health advice to their clients, their patients? And he was like, because of me, yes. Like he's like, almost 80% of doctors in New Brunswick go through me, and I always he's such an advocate for lifestyle and like health, like basically trying to not just give out prescriptions.
Preventative medicine.
Yeah, exactly.
Preventative.
Yeah. So he like is really an advocate for that. So we're really lucky to have him in our province.
And you know what, guys, another fun fact about Dr. Jules, when we were doing the Tim Hortons challenge, he like called us and he was like, what are you guys doing? Tell me everything.
Yeah.
He followed us. He really like helped. He gave us advice. He answered all of our questions. Like, cause when we announced that, people were like, you're going to die, your cholesterol, you're going to get diabetes. And so he was like our person that we got to ask, like, what do you think? Like, are we going to die in this month?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to guess how many times he said science proves in the thing? Like the science backs it up. He's like so intense about like, I'm not just saying anything. So he says this, he goes, I'm not just this random person that like, I am a doctor. And I was like, I am a random person that is telling you that you are capable of, and you know what? And I make a difference too. We like laughed.
It sounds like it was amazing.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. And I was like, I am curious what you're going to say about that. But all the things that are related to or relatable to your weight loss, we are on the same page when it comes to calorie deficit, when it comes to metabolism, helping society be more aware. Like helping society be more aware of the, the things they say. Like I had this, you could tell people were really relating to when they heard that I ate Tim Hortons for a month. Now the questions were rolling.
Okay.
Then they were like really like, how did it feel after? How did you feel during? Like, it was just like, you could tell the people that were asking him, they were like starting to get interested in like that experience, I guess.
That would have been a good show for the kids to go to.
Yeah. And then I said, yes, exactly. And then I said, they're like, what's part 2? I'm like, part 2. And then I'm like, I don't know, there's a part 2. And then I'm like, oh my God, what I should do is I should go plant-based and gain weight. And then like, you should see Jules. I feel like he was like, no, not a good idea. But just like, you know what I mean? You could go plant-based and then gain like 20 pounds.
Yeah.
Just to be like, you know what I mean? But then I thought another really fun one would just be going plant-based. That would be hilarious. And then like having Jules a part of it.
That would be cool. I'd do that.
Yeah, that would be cool. Maybe not a month.
Our budget for food would be like $1 million, because all I would do is like buy it from like Vibrant Meals or like, do you know what I mean? Like I'm not making plans.
Well, we would have to go all in. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. It's so hard going to
like I would go all in with plants. Someone else would make it for me though.
Yes, absolutely. I see what you're saying. No, it's the making it that would be so hard.
Yeah.
Well, everything would be so hard. Like,
but you're right. It would have different challenges than Tim Hortons, but like at least Tim Hortons was so easy and convenient. The food.
Yes. Yeah.
There's a Tim Hortons everywhere. I can get one quick. Like
the message would be completely different, because clearly with Tim's or would you eat a donut a day? The message was definitely like weight loss is accessible to you. Stop labeling food. And then this would be like totally different messages,
I don't know what the message would be, but
I don't know what it would be. It's hard.
It's hard.
Okay. So we have 8 minutes left of our 40. Yeah. Okay. So portions matter most is what we want to tell them on December 22nd. And I mean, the saying that the words say it, you guys. I think it's like a good time to remind them that there's a range here of in a surplus. So let's talk just surplus because there is a range for deficit. But you guys, there is a big difference between eating in a tiny surplus than eating in a massive surplus. And that difference is portions.
100%. And guys, it's math. Like, it's not like at the end of the day, your body goes tick, surplus. Your body goes.
Oh, it froze. Your body goes plus 100, plus 300, plus 1,000, plus 5,000. Keep going. We see you again.
That's what happens with your body. And so then if the next day you're trying to create a surplus, before you can create a surplus, you need to deal with the pluses. Okay. Yeah. So it's math. So, and we're not saying you need to be counting and knowing, but what we're saying is that don't just go into your day saying, mine as well, I'm already in a surplus. There is a very large difference between 3 peanut butter balls and 30.
Yeah. Yeah. So how can they be better at portions? First of all, last week we talked about, or last podcast, we talked about no rules. So I think that the minute you have no rules, it's time for you to cut out the shit that is not worth it to you, like vegetables. Maybe right now vegetables is not worth it to you on December 22nd. I also think like a lot of potlucks and just like there's a lot on the table. I think that just by looking at the things, that's when you start realizing like that I don't need a big portion of, and this I want 2 pieces, you know, or I want a lot of turkey or I want a lot of gravy, or I want a lot of, you know, stuffing, but I don't need the pie, like, or I don't need the bun, you know, like it really, like, I feel like you skip the bun. You're a bun skipper.
I'm a bun skipper.
Yeah, you are a bread skipper. I'm the alcohol skipper. So like at the end of the day, it really, it is recognizing what is not, and it's what's worth it. That the reason why we have to say what's worth it is because you have access to so much of a surplus. So make sure if you want to, like, I don't say limit the damage, but honestly, I mean, no one wants to gain 10 pounds in 4 minutes. Like, no one wants to feel that stuffed as well.
I think like managing your surplus, go into these days saying, how can I manage my surplus? And a portions is honestly an amazing tool. I also want to talk, guys, about a full-size dinner plate. If you have filled a full-size dinner plate, that's a massive portion already. Like, I'm just going to say it. I'm not going to tell you what you should or shouldn't do, that you're eating too much. I'm not going to say that, but I'm going to say I eat my meals off a side plate, and that's more than enough. Like a dinner size plate stuffed is, and then going back for more.
I was going to say, so I think that, like, I mean, at the end of the day, like most people do eat on a dinner plate. I think that a side plate is more like when you're not trying to gain weight, but like a dinner plate once is like a like it's like a small surplus, like a good surplus. But like when you go for seconds and then dessert, I think that's when it's like, tes culottes, comme ça fait mal. Like your body is telling you when you're in a massive surplus. It doesn't tell you right away sometimes. It will tell you in a little bit, like, you have given me so much more than I needed. And that's where you need to, like, because I feel like we sometimes are not separating enough what Jose needs and what Jose's body needs.
Yeah.
And so, do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it's like, my body is like, what the fuck did you just give me?
Yeah.
Like, I am sitting on the toilet. It is not going well. I am so full. Yet Jose, the person, wanted 2 pieces of pie. She wants more sugar in her mouth. She wants more, like, she like wants that, like, oh, I want to try everything. And then both sometimes, like, I need to like almost talk to Jose, the person, and be like, you want to respect your body right now. And your body is going to feel really not good if you eat all of this. And I think abundance mindset, like
abundance mindset, eating slowly as well, guys, can really help with your portions, because it gives your body a chance to be like, actually, like, I'm full.
Like, leave space, you guys. Leave space to be full. Leave space to be hungry. Like, you know, I really feel like we need to, like, try and sit and see, like, eat your plate, whatever you decided was like reasonable for you, and then stay there. Like, don't go right away because, that was good. Exactly. That was good. Like it's not as good the second time, you know.
It's not.
Just leave with that comment. Sosteba. How many times though do I want to redo my lunch? I would restart like
Every day.
every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Every
It
day.
doesn't mean it's not enough. My body is saying, thank you. That was the right portion. Yeah, I don't feel like shit, but
Yeah.
Jose. So that's where I need to respect both. And I just have like inner conversations of like, let's wait. And if body is saying, I need more, I am hungry, then I go for it. But I try to respect a little bit of both. And I think respecting Jose is me choosing what I want. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the portion size is more me respecting my body and what it needs.
Yeah.
All good things, you guys.
100%. I think just giving yourself time and space, you guys, to think, to go into your meals saying, I literally can eat anything.
Yeah.
But I probably don't want to be the person that eats everything. I don't want to feel like shit. What's most important to me? Yeah. Remind yourself that portions matter. Remind yourself that you do want to manage your surplus this holiday season.
Yes.
And stay connected to that.
Yes. That was good. Okay, everyone. Well, happy holidays. We won't see you before Boxing Day. So anyways, happy holidays. Hopefully you're spending it as you want to spend it, whether with everyone or no one, whatever you want to do, whatever feels. So hopefully you've like at this point really prepared your holidays as you like them. So have a happy holidays. We love you. We appreciate you so much. Until not until next year, until after the holidays, you guys. We have some good tips coming. Okay, bye.
Bye.